welcome back to Civics 101. We've talked a lot about how the structure of government is meant to work. Today we're shifting to something just as foundational, the Bill of Rights. These first 10 amendments to the Constitution weren't just an add-on, they were a deal breaker. When the original Constitution was sent out in 1787, many states refused to ratify it because it lacked clear protection for individual liberties. So Congress stepped in. On June 8, 1789, James Madison introduced a set of amendments designed to calm the fears of anti-federalists. And by December 15, 1791, 10 of those amendments had been ratified and became known as the Bill of Rights. And here's what they do. They set real limits on government power. They guarantee freedom of religion, speech, press, and assembly. They protect people in criminal cases, things like the right to due process, protection against self-incrimination, and the right to a fair trial. And they make it clear that any powers not given to the federal government belong to the states or to the people. But here's something most people don't realize. When it was first written, the Bill of Rights only applied to the federal government. That meant states could still restrict speech or ignore due process, and it would be technically legal. That changed later, though, through the 14th Amendment, which started the process called selective incorporation. That's how the Supreme Court began applying most of the Bill of Rights protections to the states, too. And that's where things start to connect now, because these rights aren't just old ideas, they're being tested constantly. When we talk about privacy and surveillance, we're talking about the Fourth Amendment and protection from unreasonable searches. When we talk about protests and social media, we're talking about free speech under the First Amendment. Or when we debate the right to bear arms or questions about fair trials and bail, those are all rooted in the Bill of Rights too. The point is, the Bill of Rights isn't just history. It's how we measure whether power is being used fairly and whether the government is staying within its limits. And when those limits start to slip, these rights become the last line of defense. Next time we'll move on to the rest of the amendments, how they changed the Constitution, expanded democracy, and where the process stands today. Because if the Bill of Rights was about limiting power, the amendments that came after were about expanding who had access to it.